And this is A&B Convo's Wrestling Edition.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? It is your boy A and your girl B. A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Saturday nights live event, baby. Wow, that was wow. All right, it is so good to see everybody in here. First and foremost, now let's go ahead and do a quick check. Did we sound okay? Let's just go and check it. We try to bring the best possible product that we can to you each and every week. So we are looking good. We are sounding good. And the question is, who is first in line? Anthony Farrow.
Okay. Hello, Anthony. Number one.
We acknowledge you. What is going on, Anthony? I'm just a subscriber and haven't joined the channel membership.
Man,
hey, that's okay.
We still appreciate you. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Seriously. You don't have to be a member, although they do have special perks. But that's about all right. Good to see you in here. What up, King Swag?
Yes. What up, King Swag in the house?
I love that. Now, I don't know if you saw the comment. You probably didn't. David Jr. was at Smackdown, and he did have that sign.
What?
Acknowledging A&B Convos Wrestling Edition. However, per your own words, and I'm going to read it, probably didn't see because I wasn't at the seat where the cameras were.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
We'll look back and see. It's really hard because I actually do scan the audience looking for the signs. But then it's hard because then I miss what's going on in the ring. So since you said that, first of all, what match in particular? Was there a particular time I should be looking for it?
Yeah, let us know. When did you hold it up? I'm sure at the beginning, probably at the end. Was there a certain match at a certain time? We will keep our eyes peeled.
But you're right. There usually is a camera angle where they're kind of, sticking to one side.
That's okay.
So it is kind of harder, but we appreciate it nonetheless.
We will check you out. What up, Darian Thomas?
What up, man?
Jedi Knight 88. We acknowledge you.
Acknowledged.
Do the Roman Reigns sniffing. Yeah. Roman Reigns, not a one Shogun for life.
What's up?
What is going on? What up, Jody Bennett?
Jody Bennett.
Woo! All right. That's what I'm talking about. George Lowry. Mr. Lowry, how are you? What up, Zay? Oh, Jaden Winchester. You already know, Jaden.
Already know.
You already know. Yeah, we are ready for it, Jody. Let me tell you, Michael Tolbert, good to see you in here. Right out of the gate, first and foremost, Sophie Dofi, first super chat of the night.
Coming in with that super chat, yeah.
Thank you so much, Sophie Dofi.
Appreciate you.
And I know you're going to dip in and out tonight. I saw the comment there. Hey, you can dip in and out all you want. You're number one on that super chat list. And Sophie Dofi, you say, it sounds like AEW these days are like WCW in the year 2000.
Oh.
Ouch. Ouch. That's part of what we're going to talk about a little bit. It kind of sucks. A few years in, has AEW, in fact, lost its edge, lost its cool, lost its swag. King Swag, you wanna dip in on this? We're going to talk about it. We're going to get there. Sophie Dofi, thank you for that super chat. We appreciate you. And, of course, for being a member. Come on now. What up, ex-Neptune? Gang, gang, gang.
Gang, gang, gang.
I love that.
Also a member.
Yes, indeed. Aaron Drew, what's going on?
Khalid. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. We got some folks. We got some folks. Anthony, ready. They're ready.
Ready, man.
They're ready. All right, well, let's. Oh, wait, I think I saw a super chat. I think I saw another super chat. Before we get into it, I love that. Woo! Wesley Franklin, how are you, Wesley?
Yes, good to see you, Wesley.
One of the kindest in the chats, in the comments. We really appreciate you, Wesley. Always good to see you. You don't have to look at me in your video because the camera
okay.
wasn't sitting.
Well, we still appreciate it, though.
That's okay.
It's the thought that counts for sure.
We keep our eyes peeled. Honestly, being in the entertainment industry, I've been doing this for a long time. You never know what the camera is going to pick up. So they always tell you, don't just assume the camera's not on you. Like, don't be in your, don't be doing the pick. I'll just say this is a Seinfeld reference. Like, I didn't really, as you can see, I didn't really pick.
Hey, Jaden, thanks for that, man. Yes, if everybody could like this right now.
Hit it, smash it, Aaron.
But don't hit it and quit it. Hit it and stay here.
Family show. We're not going TV 14. John Lee, 45.
Hey, Kevin.
For life. I sincerely hope moderators are in the house. If not,
there are many moderators in the house. I made pretty much almost everybody who asked would be one last time right after the show.
Fair enough. We got XX, not today, JXX, because that's what it says. I know that's not the name, but that's what it says.
What did you say to call you again? You said to call you Jay. I have to write that down. You said Jay something. Tell us again.
Get the jotting. Well, we got a super chat right here. Thank you so much for that super chat. What we think about Gargano's return and how they did it.
Man.
Ladies first.
It was exciting. I mean, it's one of the things that we did a reaction to. I'm not a huge Johnny Gargano fan, but I was a fan of The Way, and I was a fan of Index, and I was a fan of his part in that. And once because of The Way, and then because of the whole thing with Index and him and Candace, I actually then really started to be more endeared to him. Then I really started to see that he has some skills in the ring, So when he was leaving, I was like, I was just kind of warming up to him. So I'm glad he's back, but I think that you were a little more excited. But I'm more excited that he's back for his fans, and because it does, to me, kind of set a precedent for someone who, like you said, was holding out. Somebody who wasn't sure if they wanted to come back under Vince, who came back under Triple H. And I think that's just showing you that the guard has really changed and that the whole attitude towards WWE is changing.
Yeah, I have to agree that I was definitely a little more excited than you were about Gargano. I was a fan of Gargano. I was a fan of The Way, fan of Candace. I want to see her back. I know that she was at home with baby watching Daddy on TV, which was great. But more than anything, like you said, that for sure showed that they are more than willing to come back to work if it is, in fact, under new management. And that says a lot. And it's sad for somebody that essentially built it up to where it was, that allowed us to enjoy it for all the years that we have. Allergy issues, not COVID. Allergy issues, not COVID.
They are so probably used to my allergies by now.
But it's interesting that there was a McMahon sighting. I think he was coming out from dinner with a mystery woman, as they say. Mystery woman. Ridiculous. Honestly, if I were McMahon, I would lay low. You wouldn't see me for a minute.
You don't think he should go out to dinner?
All I'm saying is, if you
he thought he was supposed to disappear.
If you do, it should be a group of people. It's called PR. His PR has taken a hit.
Right.
Okay. No bones about that, and we all know the reasons why.
There was some bone about it.
It's a family show, dog. It's a family show. But I'm saying it just was bad timing. But clearly, McMahon is also kind of clueless when it comes to certain things, and so he doesn't really care. Whatever. I'm not mad at the way they brought Gargano back. I would have liked a little more mystery behind it, but you know what? My man is back, and let's get it on. No, wait, no, that's incorrect. Thank you for that super chat. I really appreciate that. Let's say Emerald Armor. How are you?
Hey,
good to see you in here.
Welcome, Millie.
Oh yeah, Dro, what's going on?
Tell me.
And Julian Parker. All right.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
Is my birthday
Having
today?
an allergy attack.
Wait, September 26th? Wait, what? So September 26th? Did you mean August? Should we say happy birthday? I don't know. I'm a little confused. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. If it is next month, we will.
I think it's next month because it says Monday.
All right.
I didn't think they meant to say the word today.
But I do think Sophie Dopey meant to get that super chat in here.
Again,
all right.
Dang, Sophie Dopey in the
coming in
house.
hot. You edged out the competition. Jonah might be on his way back to the WWE. You know what? That's a very interesting question.
Right.
Well, not question, but statement. Very interesting statement. Because I was actually looking at a video of Jonah the other day, and I actually was asking myself, is this person going to make a return to WWE, or are they happy where they are? I mean, it's one thing to say, yeah, Triple H is in charge, the whole vibe is different, but there are some people that may just be happy where they are. I don't know. That's a very interesting.
He was a little salty when he got let go. So
a little.
Well, I'm saying
my man was all kinds of heated. I don't know.
I actually don't even know how the fans would react, because a lot of the times when somebody is salty when they leave, a lot of the fans feel some type of way about that. They feel like you should be leaving with a hop and a skip, apparently.
I mean, I suppose I wouldn't be mad at it, because it seems like we're getting a lot of the former NXTers to debuting on the main roster, which is great.
Wouldn't it be cool if he debuted with Zion? I think they'd be a cool team.
You're always on the Zion, you know.
Zion has a lot of potential.
I need you to get off of the Bloodline train.
And he doesn't need to be at NXT. He needs to come up to the main roster.
I need you to come up off this Bloodline train. Okay, coming back on the A train.
And he's a different bloodline. He's like an Islander, but he's not their bloodline.
Thank you, Sophie Dopey, for that super chat. We're going to talk about this, so I don't even know what's going on right now.
Brandon Thomas in the house.
Brandon Thomas, what's going on? Another super chat coming in from Jay. Since it's Dakota and Io versus Raquel and Aaliyah, Io and Dakota win after the match. Sasha and Naomi return with their tag titles. Just call me Jay. All right.
Yes, and yes, Jay. And yes, Jay. You are completely correct. That is what I think every single one of us are expecting to happen. And yet, we'll still be surprised when it happens, because just because we're expecting it to happen doesn't mean it's really going to happen.
Well, let me ask y'all. All right, let me because we talked about it a little bit. We have this whole unification thing going on right now, right? We got the NXT now. It's not going to be NXT UK. Fired a bunch of people. It's going to be NXT Europe. So now we're going to have the NXT Championship unifications that are going to be taking place. We just saw Jon Moxley take it to Punk. Now he's the undisputed, unified AEW champion.
Different show.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, like, we're doing all of this unification thing is what I'm ultimately getting at right now, right? So you make a very interesting point here. I like that idea. Are we then possibly looking at a whole, I'm the champ. No, I'm the champ. All right, let's do a unification championship. Like, I wonder if that's how it's going to go down. Of the women's team. You know what I mean? Like, I like it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they went back into that office, grabbed those titles back, and then came out with the titles around their waist and saying, hey, we're the real champions. We weren't beat. We didn't quit, per se.
I was going to say they did surrender the belts, but okay.
Per se. Interesting. Thank you for that super chat. We will talk about that. All right. So let's I want to make sure that we're still looking okay. There's no trolls in here.
You just passed right there.
Oh, Olivia Murphy, how are you? Good to see you.
Yes.
Tamar, thank you. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Thoughts on Liv, Survivor Series Liv versus Bianca?
No. Liv versus Bianca's not, no. I mean, we just want Liv to really bring it. We need her to step it up. You know, like I have said before, She's the same size as Sasha Banks, pretty much. As Sasha Banks, and Bianca took it to an award-winning level. Liv, so far in her championship run, has not done anything close to that. And so I would love for her to get to a level where we could see that kind of match from her and Bianca. That would be awesome. But for right now, I don't know if she can. She hasn't showed us that she could do that.
You know what?
I hope she can do it.
I like the scrappy Liv. I like the screaming, I hate you, Liv.
Yeah.
I do, because we're showing a little bit of life in her, right? You got the strap. Now, what are you gonna do with it? I don't like the underdog champion. Okay, you become a champion because you beat the competition. There is nobody on your level. I know y'all feel some type of way about Charlotte as champion. I know this, but
she's dominant.
She's dominant. Okay, she owns it and she knows it, and everybody else knows it. That's what I want to see with Liv Morgan.
Bayley used to be like that too. This new Bayley, I don't know if she's trying to warm up, but she doesn't seem to be.
She's been out of action for over a year.
I know.
She'll
get
there.
I'm hoping.
And I'm hoping Liv gets there. I'm hoping that she gets there before this title is stripped from her, because we're finally seeing a Shayna Baszler that we've been needing to see since she debuted on the main roster.
Right.
This Shayna Baszler is dominant and will destroy Liv Morgan.
And everybody wants to see her go against Ronda Rousey. Ultimately.
Now they're buddies.
Right now. But those are always the best feuds, is when you're buddies at one point and then you turn ultimately. But we do hope that Liv does pick it up in it, and that she can do something of that caliber.
Liv has to pick it up.
Yeah, she has to. It just hasn't been a great title run thus far.
Now, Jody, you ask a very interesting question. I do not think we'll see Paige. They parted ways on good terms. There's no, as far as we know,
she didn't want to leave.
Well, she didn't want to leave, but I'm saying, like, there's no. What I'm saying, they parted. It wasn't animosity. It's like, okay, well, that's a shame, but she wasn't like JONAH pissed,
right?
You know what I mean? But I don't see it, because I think they would have tried to figure out a way to keep her, and plus, she really wants to wrestle. I think she might find a way, and it might be at AEW.
Maybe.
I don't know. Let's not talk about Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan is trash. We're not bringing him up here in this chat.
He is not a fan.
Okay, there's nothing to be a fan of. They better not even think about bringing Lars Sullivan back in the WWE.
Dang,
okay?
you talk.
I will shut this show down.
Wait a minute. So that's your Nikki Ash?
I will hit the lights.
That's your Nikki Ash? Is it?
Yep. Can't do it.
Everybody's got one.
Darren Thomas, yes, we are still looking for WrestleMania tickets. Talk to us. What do you got? 2 seats together, please. This is what we need. I hope it's not in the nosebleeds. Okay, we don't want to be there with binoculars. Oh, yeah, we don't want that. But yeah, holla, player.
Oh God, I wish they'd bring him back.
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's get into this, and it's a good segue. Zay, you done said it. The women's second chance tag team tournament. Let's get into this, man. Let me throw up the ticker, and let's discuss this. So here we go. Okay, I don't know, and I think it was mentioned. Somebody said, "Is this tournament cursed?" I don't know.
Right.
Is it cursed, matey? The women's tag team championships. Be cursed.
I want a cracker.
Okay, I was excited for this possibility. Dana Brooke, Tamina, Shotzi, Jai and B's favorite, Nikki ASH, Doudrop with Natalya and Sonya Deville. What could possibly go wrong.
Did you just have to spit because you said Nikki Ash?
And I'm just saying.
Because it leaves a bad taste in my mouth too. Maybe it's Nikki Ash because it's like you have ashes in your mouth when you say that name.
Everything went wrong. Everything went wrong with this. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are we champion for the women. Okay. Here's the deal. And we just watched a little bit of Rampage with Ruby Soho. We've said this so many times. We can see you. You are a professional wrestler. When you step into the square circle, you're not a brand. I'm not interested in hearing, hey, take it easy, don't hurt me. Okay? I don't want to see anybody get seriously hurt. But dang it, connect with your moves. If you're a pro wrestler, you lace up those boots. If you're telling me that you're too soft to take a hit, to take a punch in the face.
And the women want to keep saying that they're on the same level as the men. And we want the women to be on the same level as the men. When Bianca and Sasha Banks had that match at WrestleMania, they were on the same level as the men. Charlotte has taken us there. We have seen some fights, her and Becky's rivalry. We have seen some matches where they were taking some hits, giving some hits, and that's just part of this business. And then you have the Bloodline attack Drew, and Drew has cuts all over his back, and he is tore up. And I'm not saying that that's what it should look like for every match, but what I'm saying is you can't say that you're on par with the men when you are not coming anywhere near your punches, when you're running this weird, ridiculous run right up on the person and you don't know what to do. Like, you have no chemistry in the ring. Like, there's just some stuff happening with the women where they should be ashamed of themselves. We were saying before that it was WWE, but these women had these opportunities and they all had these matches. Some of the matches were good. Some of the stuff in the matches, Aaliyah, Natalya, as always, is consistently inconsistent with her stuff. And as long as the women are out there to be more eye candy than to actually be professional wrestlers, people are going to criticize and have something to say.
And all I'm saying is, it goes back to the training.
Right.
Okay? This is the problem. This is the problem. Like, you have a hit, you want to do your slap, and you are clearly a mile away from the person. Now, the person's going to have to, react in some way. The training says, I got to react like you hit me. But new school training should be, what was that?
Right.
Let me show you how to hit.
Exactly.
And then you actually hit the person.
Exactly. Because there are times where your hits are not going to connect. What we need for the other person to do, like you said, is not pretend like you were hit when we all saw that you weren't hit, and you weren't hit because you didn't feel anything. That is what makes the match so awful.
It has to stop. And that is why we have such a divide with the fans of should they push the women, should they not push the women. I see get rid of the tag team championships, just make them singles competitors. Women want to be tag teams. They have been for years, and there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, the women's division was completely dismantled in WWE, and it's going to take a while to build it back up. If you are going to legitimately do this, you have the tournament that you promised us that disappeared, now it's back. And you've got to put these makeshift teams together. Whatever, it's fine. We're fine with having interim tag teams if behind the scenes you're actually getting a stable of legit tag teams in here, which is fine. But if you want us to believe, I
miss Bo.
In the women's division, y'all got to step it up in that ring. Everybody has an off match. Nobody's perfect. So this is not a women's bash. Bless you.
Thank you.
But dude, that was rough. And now I'm all kinds of concerned. Bless you.
Allergies.
For this women's tag team division. I'm all for Aaliyah and Raquel. I prefer the NXT Raquel to this Raquel. Whatever. It is what it is at this point. Everybody believes, including B, that's going to be Io and Dakota to get those championship title belts. And it probably will. I'm still hoping for the swerve. But I think what might happen...
So you think Aaliyah is championship material? That's what she's showing
Was
us?
Nikki ASH championship material? But it happened.
It shouldn't have happened. It should
happened.
not have happened.
I'll tell you who else. I'll tell you what else. You had Tamina. She was in there for 10, 11 years. Her first championship was a shared tag team championship. She deserved it. How long did they hold those straps for? I wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't want to see her get carried by Raquel. But remember, right before Aaliyah left NXT, she was part of the Robert Stone brand, slapped the taste out of his mouth. I like that Aaliyah.
Right, but that's not who we have.
Aaliyah. That's what I mean. We don't have heel Aaliyah. We don't have heel Raquel. Clearly, because these ladies over here are heel. So I think what's going to happen, somebody's going to... If Dakota and Raquel lose, I think somebody's going to turn on somebody.
Yeah.
I think that needs to happen.
I think it would have made more sense for Shotzi and the defender, Shiley, to advance personally, and I like them better as a tag team.
I think they work. I hope they stick together. Actually, I think that,
and they could have brought them together earlier when they were face still, and then you could have had a heel Raquel and a heel Aaliyah, which people like Shiley and the Tank, like with why am I thinking like I'm just drawing a blank right now? But
Tegan Knox?
No. I was talking about Shotzi and like whether there was no reason to make her heel either because she has a great character. And I think that they could have stayed face and they could have been riding her Tank out and it just would have been more successful.
I'm not mad at heel Shotzi. I wasn't even mad at heel Becky Lynch.
It's not that I'm mad at it. It's that the reason that they are not letting Aaliyah and Raquel be heel is because they have too many heels. And I'd rather have a heel Raquel. But whatever.
Yeah. I'd rather get this super chat right here from Jay. Thank you so much, Jay. I honestly believe the tag team belts we see on TV are replicas. Probably. And again, I'm fine with it because I wouldn't mind seeing Sasha. And I think this is what's going to happen. I think we'll finally see them return once this whole women's tournament thing is over. Whoever is crowned the champions,
right?
That's the perfect time to bring them back out,
right?
Because right now it's all about this weird unification thing, but I also don't want to see I'm kind of tired of two straps. If you're going to unify, get one belt, one brand new, newly designed belt.
Yeah,
I like the Connor's Cure gold strap belt.
Oh
that belt is so tight.
That belt, man. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. If you guys haven't seen the Connor's Cure belt, you should check that out.
So tight. I'm tired of seeing the Usos carrying two straps around the show. I'm kind of tired of it because even though they're popping on whatever show, either get one belt or dude, get a belt on a different brand. I don't know. Thank you for that super chat, Jay.
Yes.
Make sure there's no trolls in there. No.
We were waiting on a comment and I think we missed it.
Oh, from who?
About the tickets.
Oh yeah. Well, DM us about the tickets.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna miss it in here. I guarantee you that. Sophie Dophie.
Sophie Dophie coming at us.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
First off, thank you for that super chat.
Yes.
But you hurt my heart with this one.
What?
Trash the women's tag team championship. He said, take it and just throw it in the trash.
I mean, that would be an utter disrespect to all females in professional wrestling because you're building this division back up. You're not about to trash the men's tag team. So you have the men's, their unified titles. You have the men's United States champion. You have the men's Intercontinental champion. You have the men's tag team champions. And the women should only get one belt. No, that doesn't seem right at all. And that is part of the reason why we're saying we would like the women to step it up because we're not okay with them not having tag team titles at all. What we want is for them to step it up. And I believe bringing over Dakota and Io, and then you're going to bring back Sasha and Naomi. That is going to give you that rivalry that you need, that we need for these belts.
Yeah. Respect all opinions for sure.
Yeah. But
yeah,
we don't want to see that.
I gotta disagree with you, homeboy.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
I actually, we said it before. We saw Jade Cargill with the TBS championship. I want to see that style of championship for the women. I really want to see them continue to build these ladies up.
Yeah, we want them to have a dominant division, not to get weaker and not to, lose more interest. Thank you for the blessings.
Yeah. What I am excited about, though, if y'all caught NXT, okay, we have a little reaction. Check it out. It's going to be up shortly on Instagram. It's a mini reaction, but Index is back in full effect. We called it that he was going to show up on NXT. Hands that note. And I don't know if y'all caught it.
It was so awesome.
But the way Indy looked at the note and she was like acknowledging, it's like, okay, I know what I have to do.
Yeah, she's got to go be with her man. And if they bring up Indy and then they bring Candice back, that would be great. Another legit tag team.
I think we're going to see some premieres happening. I think we're going to see Indy premiere on Raw. I think we saw a certain Legado del Fantasma drive off out of NXT. And I think we're going to see that very same truck pull up.
Yes, that would be fire.
I'm thinking SmackDown. I kind of see them as SmackDowners.
Yeah, that would be fire. Fire.
I think it's about to go down.
Fire.
I think it's about to go down. So I'm excited. Tamina needs a singles title. David, come on. This is what I'm saying. If you don't see her as the women's champion, whether Raw or SmackDown, fine. Mid-tier, mid something. Okay, I like Dana Brooke. I believe Dana Brooke, as odd as this is going to sound, as the 24/7 champion. She looks good with that mid-card belt. It's an ugly belt, but I'm saying I would like to see a better designed belt on one of the ladies.
Yeah.
And defend it. Who you're not. Look, not everybody's going to be Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks level. That's just a fact.
Right.
There are people down here on a lower shelf. Nothing wrong with that. Play your part. Get that straight.
Yeah.
Right? I think it'd be pretty tight.
Maybe Tamina will come out and go for the Intercontinental Championship. Bring back some China days. But she'd have to really step it up, though.
I'll tell you who's going to step it up, though. I'll tell you what I'm really excited about. Who saved her man, who saved the day with a steel chair, the Glamazon.
Yes.
Staring down Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Just two hounds.
Thank you, Triple H.
Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them fight.
Absolutely.
Man. I'm looking forward to that match.
All day. Because
you know those ladies can scrap.
Yep.
You know those ladies do not miss gym day.
They're both tough ladies.
You know they connect with their moves. They commit when they step through those ropes. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
The only championship to me that I've won was the 24/7 championship. Look, I refuse to acknowledge the 24/7 championship as a legitimate singles champion.
Tamina was part of the women's tag team championship, so she also has that
singles.
Oh, I didn't see the word single.
Yeah.
She says the only.
Well, I mean that's what it means.
Oh.
Yeah, singles.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. She only has that tag team belt and the 24/7 belt championship under her belt.
Yeah.
She really should have had a run somewhere, especially with the bloodline behind her. She could have had this whole time while Reigns has been gone. Mm-hmm. The Usos could have been behind her. She could have been dominating the women. And the fact that they couldn't see that is crazy to me.
I really hope, Jody, that they do, in fact, do some serious redesigns on these championship belts. I think it's time. I think it's time. Look, you're under new management. Now's the time. Okay, but they need to fire, and I hope they did, whoever designs these more recent belts, because that's the one thing I'll say for AEW. The new belts that they've come out with,
nice, very nice,
beautiful designs. Okay, they need to come out the gate swinging if they're going to do that.
Right.
Set it up. Yeah. See, who has not wanted Beth to return? This is time.
I mean, and why can't we have an intergender division? Think about it.
Well,
that might be on the horizon.
We were just talking about Sami and Tay.
Right, because if you had an intergender here, ultimately, I mean, Andrade's not here, unfortunately, because that would be fire if him and Charlotte were champion. But you would have Miz and Maurice, you would have Beth and Edge, and ultimately, you could also have Jimmy and Naomi.
And they did it when they had the what the heck was it called when they were doing the intergender, like when Braun was with Alexa. What was that?
Oh, and actually, they're bringing back old girl too, the Vikings wife.
Right.
So you would have that intergender couple too.
Why not? I mean, this
because the intergender thing with Sami and Tay is entertaining.
We dig it.
I think they could do that over here.
We dig it, and it works. You can't say that it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nia Jax, she was a tag team champion before Tamina. Am I not mistaken on
that? She was a tag team championship with Shayna before Tamina. And then Tamina and Natalya had it for a while.
Yeah, I think that is the case. They got to book Tamina to look strong. Yes, but that's what I'm saying.
They do.
Look strong for what though? I mean, I think it's fair to say at this point, Tamina's never going to be WWE Women's Champion.
Yeah, they have taken all that hope and dreams for her away.
So,
because I can't see it, you're just letting her get older and older. And she's getting more ring rust because she's barely in the ring. And I feel like there's no reason that she should have been around this long and not got her moment, just like Natalya did.
Exactly.
What does Natalya get a moment for? They both have the same heritage, and actually, Tamina's better in the ring than Natalya is.
You know, you get into this business because you want to be a champion. You want to be successful. Obviously, not everybody is going to be at that top spot. You're not going to be the face of the company, which is fine. But again, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not going to be in that position to get a championship, a singles run, what am I fighting for? You know, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, and it's cool. It's cool that The Rock.
Frankie said Facebook matches
came out of whatever they were. You know, helped Tamina buy the house and the car, whatnot. You should be at a point in your career where this should not be an issue. And it kind of still is. Right. And that kind of sucks.
I think Frankie's referring to when they had the intergender matches on Facebook. And those were actually entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Very entertaining.
I forget what it was called.
I forget what they were called too, but they were highly
Hey,
entertaining.
Carmelina, good to see you. How are you?
Yes.
Good to see you over here. So,
I think that the tag team Gallows, right? And Anderson. I don't know that they would necessarily leave to come back to the WWE, but I don't see why we can't do some more crossover. We had Mickie James over when she was champion. I don't see why they can't open the forbidden door and have them visit and back up AJ, you know, unexpectedly, and then go back to Impact.
There's a numbers game that I think is lacking here. I like them as a tag team. I like the fact that they just kind of pop in wherever they pop in. Right now, the numbers game is not in AJ Styles' favor. You know, my man he's a multi-time world champion, but truthfully, he's not getting that push right now that he once did. I actually really liked him with the Nigerian giant, Omos. I did.
Mm-hmm. It didn't make sense, but okay.
It didn't make sense, but it worked. It worked.
Mixed match challenge. Yes, that was what it was
Thank
called.
you.
Thank
Mixed
you,
match
Kamate
challenge.
and Orlando. Hello, Orlando. Welcome.
Roland Bird, first off, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Secondly, interesting. I don't know. I know Mia Yim said that she chose the home that she's currently at because she didn't want like all the fanfare and the politics. Like she just wanted to wrestle.
She wanted to wrestle.
She just wanted to wrestle.
I was surprised she didn't show up in AEW. Now that they have an intergender championship, I think it would make more sense to bring her over, since her husband is there, to AEW.
Wouldn't be mad at that either. Wouldn't be mad at that. That would be kind of tight. That actually will make a whole lot of sense. Would they do it? I don't know.
RSTB, I think The Rock.
I think Jody, Kurt Angle. You know, the scary thing about people coming out of retirement for one more match is they generally lose.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. All respect to people getting older, we understand. But as you start going 40s and 50s, literally your bones are more brittle. That is why CM Punk came back and kicked his opponent and broke his foot instantly again, because you're not the same. Your spirit is the same, but your body is not the same. And after, wrestling and doing everything that Mox has done, I don't know when he gets to CM Punk's age what his body will be like either. Although CM Punk did have some years off, but nonetheless, as you get older, your body just doesn't work the same. And like we saw with that Ric Flair match,
woo!
I wish we could unsee that. That was awful.
Woo!
And I still have like a good view of Kurt Angle in my mind, and I'd like to keep it there.
Yeah, I'd say just he posts some really funny stuff with his kids.
Yeah, he's loving being a dad. Just let him be.
Just leave it there.
Right.
I'm gonna say no on that one. Yeah, see, AJ stuck in the mid card. My man's a former WWE champion. How do you go from WWE champion like Jinder Mahal to just nothing? I don't want to say nothing, but yeah, mid card. That's insane, and just not getting that. That's crazy to me, but that's where we are. So I don't know. I see a super chat that came in horde right here with Aaron Drew. Come on, Aaron Drew.
Aaron.
We see you. Thank you for that. What's up, King A and Queen B? Show them the tats. King, yeah, that's our tats right there.
We have matching King A and King B.
King A and King B are our anniversary date right there. So we see what you did there.
Well, you also have it on your shirt right now.
Fair enough. How do y'all think Sami will turn on the Usos? I think Jimmy will start seeing how Jay is treating Sami.
I think he's too much of a punk to turn on the Usos. I think that they're already threatening him and punking him out. Yeah. I think they may put him out. And maybe that would even turn him like face, because you kind of feel sorry for him because he's trying so hard. You never know.
All right. Put in that work. You lost last week. Don't lose again. Oos. All right. I love saying that. You know what? Yeah.
He loves gimmick in the bloodline, dude.
I have to agree with you. Sami don't want that work. He don't want that work. He's trying to fit in where he gets, he's trying to get in where he fits in, or fit in where he gets, whatever it is. My point is, he don't want that work.
So
he don't want to catch the fade. He don't want to catch the fade. You know what I'm saying? But he does need to step it up. We do know what Sami is capable of in that ring.
Right.
Okay? That kick ain't no joke. Okay? He's a survivor.
But what if they turn on Sami and KO came to his rescue? No one would expect that. But KO never felt like he got the justice he deserved in the fight with Roman Reigns, because there was the situation where the ref just didn't know what to do and stopped counting because he wasn't supposed to, and the handcuff whole thing. And I think that if they turn on Sami and KO came to his defense, maybe they could kind of vindicate that match, not necessarily give KO the title, but maybe, you know what I'm saying, let him look better than he did.
This point, though.
You think so?
I think it is. But I also feel like he's week after week, he wants to prove himself to Roman. And I think the Usos are feeling a little bit jealousy, just a little bit. I don't think either Jay or Jimmy would have pushed Roman out of the way to take a hit like Sami did. I wonder because there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen right now. I wonder, like at Clash at the Castle, is Sami going to play a part somehow and interfere and get the assist to Roman? Because he's got to do something. Like, this can't just go on. He can't just keep taking the L week after week. Something's got to happen.
Why? The Usos take the L week after week for Roman Reigns to look good.
I thought you were part.
I am, but the fact is that the Usos constantly have to let the next challenger beat them up, so Roman looks strong, and so that person looks strong. And I'm kind of tired of seeing the Usos get beat the hell up when we know. We've seen you go with Street Profits. We've seen what you could do all these years. We know that you can go, but you have to throw it and get beat up so Roman looks good. And I'm tired of seeing that.
On SmackDown, they opened up Drew's back.
Yes, finally. But he was beating everyone's butt for a second.
Thank you, Aaron Drew, for that super chat. We appreciate you. And enter a new player. Has entered the arena.
Orlando in the house.
Orrego. Thank you, Orlando.
Yeah.
What's up? Good to see you, Orlando.
Welcome.
Love your guys' videos. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Triple H is on a revenge tour. Thought.
Yeah, baby. He would never say it. And every time people ask him, he gives Vince all this, no one could ever. It takes so many of us to. Yes, you keep saying that, but you are definitely on a revenge tour, and you are like, oh, let me show you how this is done. Like, all about it.
And guess what? I'm doing it with your daughter.
My dad may be watching this.
We're not doing it like that, like on revenge tour with.
Triple H. Sorry, I was lost. Go ahead, Triple.
Family show, bruh.
But you didn't do the Triple H. You usually do that Triple H.
I did. I was, we'll play it. She just missed it. Yeah, he is.
I thought you were still doing the pirate.
He had to sit back and watch McMahon dismantle his baby NXT.
Yep.
You know that ate him up inside.
Yes, somebody left in the comments that he's bringing up all his kids that Raw may need to change their colors to black and gold.
But look. We said for so long, why do you keep bringing up the NXT people just to dial them down? And clearly because McMahon was burying them. So obviously under right management, you bring up these NXTers.
Right. Look at Shayna.
They thrive.
Look what Shayna did under Vince, and look at what she's doing under Triple H.
Night and day difference, dude.
Night and day. And can we talk about Dexter for a minute? Can we talk about Dexter kidnapping The Miz? That is my happy place. Dexter is my happy place. I don't know if everybody could feel the dude. And when he first came out on NXT, I was a little iffy. It was a little creepy. Then when he started doing the cartoons, I was like, oh, I love that this is a psychopath who does art, because that was different and new. And they started using his art more. And then the index thing and kidnapping theory, I loved it. And the fact that he kidnapped Miz is like, not only are you giving us Dexter back, but you're giving us these crazy. I mean, when was the last time you seen a kidnapping in WWE?
But you gotta think about this for a second, though. My man doesn't speak. Okay, total mute.
It's like when George the Animal Steel kidnapped Elizabeth.
But he did grunt and speak. I'm saying Dexter doesn't utter a word.
Not a word.
And yet he has successfully gotten over. You know how difficult that is?
Crazy.
Okay, you got it. Part of the whole package is you got to cut that promo. He doesn't cut a promo, and yet we're all about it. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Orlando.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you. Enzo and Big Cass. Well, what do we got in?
A couple
haters. Yeah.
I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening because Enzo, he's got too much. You're trying to get away from the womanizing thing. Just think of the allegations Enzo has under his belt. And even he didn't end up going to jail or whatever. And I think he might have even disproved them. But his attitude and how he doesn't get along with people anywhere he goes, as far as I understand. And then Big Cass, you guys know mental health is near and dear to our hearts. And I understand that he has mental illness that affects him. But what happens with companies is that once you're gone, they don't really want to bother with that again. And he actually got released because he was having mental instability at WWE. And when they brought him over to AEW, the same thing happened, right? Was it I thought it was AEW, and it didn't even I think he may have came out once or something, and then it went left. So I don't think either company is unless you're really medicated under some therapy. I don't know if they want.
Yeah, but even above and beyond that too is he had this whole thing with Carmella.
Right, and exactly that's the whole thing too. Is Carmella is still there, and him and Carmella's passing
and
with
Corey
his
Graves
mental illness, and that's a whole.
That's I don't think they want.
I just don't think they want to mess with it.
Dexter versus AJ could be a banger as well. Wait, AJ, this AJ Styles. Oh, AJ Styles. Okay, yeah. She's talking about AJ. Yeah, it could be. I'm really kind of curious to see where they're going to go with Dexter right now.
If you're bringing up Index and you already addressed the way with Austin and Johnny, how are you not going to have Index, Johnny, and
I'm telling you, man,
right?
Monday Night Raw,
ultimately Candace,
look out for it.
That just makes sense to me.
It's going
I
down.
couldn't understand. It wouldn't make sense if they didn't reunite them. What is Johnny going to act like that whole thing didn't happen when he sees them? I mean, him and Dexter's relationship became so awesome through that whole thing. Nah, they've got to. This has got to be a reunion in the making.
I agree with you, Brandon. I think that matchup would be good. There was a certain Miz at a certain time that I dug. I don't necessarily love this Miz in the ring right now. I think his oral skills are fantastic. I love Miz TV.
You don't love him in the ring. What's wrong with him in the ring?
I just want him to be a little tougher. That's all.
Man, Miz is fine in the ring. I never look at Miz and think he blew it. Hey, Alex, welcome.
That's all I'm saying. Leo Rush. Okay. Don't get me started. Okay. If he comes back, cool. He's just had surgery. He's on the mend. He's getting there. I wouldn't doubt it. Said it before, say it again. My man has got to humble himself, though. A little too much ego. Excellent in the ring. But
y'all should just throw out random wrestlers' names. He'll imitate them.
But truthfully, I would love to see, and I hope this is the beginning. Like you said, we've got Beth and Edge. Let's get the Index. Let's get Maurice. But whenever Maurice, the most must-see it couple, Maurice and Miz, it's a beautiful thing, right? So I would love to just start seeing some of these power couples. Right. I'm all about power couples. I'm all about factions. Love it. Bring it.
Book it.
Just like I see a super chat. Love a super chat right now with the Three Kings. Thank you so much for this super chat. I missed the golden years of NXT due to not watching WWE from 2014 to 2021. Besides Royal Rumbles and WrestleManias, I had to go back and catch all the big feuds and runs. Any suggestions for NXT? Wow, that is.
I actually think that when NXT went to war with Raw and SmackDown
that was a good time.
That was an exciting time.
Yeah.
NXT was crashing on both Raw and SmackDown and beating everybody up. It was when we were first introduced to Keith Lee on the main roster and Riddle. I mean, they didn't come to the main roster, but they were representing NXT and they were getting down. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was a strong NXT. Pretty much almost everybody who was part of that came up to the main roster. Because it was a strong roster.
Catch any of Dijakovic? Dijakovic,
Oh,
Keith
yeah.
Lee, legendary.
Which is why it doesn't make sense that Dijakovic is nothing here.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I hope they fix that. And do not put him with the Maxim male models.
Oh my gosh, don't do that.
Okay, if there's anything, and I saw David, you want Index to stop, if there's anything that needs to stop, it is that. That Maxim male model train has got to come to an end.
You know what, David? I think when you're a little bit older, you're going to appreciate Index a little bit more.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't say that.
But we love it.
But I will also say, I mean, it's controversial. Velveteen Dream.
He's
I'm
good.
not touching anything.
But he's good.
Of the controversy, but in the ring, forget about it. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Right? Go back and watch any, even going to 205 Live, man. This is, you see some wrestling. Just go back a few years and just check it out when it's still black and gold.
And if you didn't see Raquel and Rhea Ripley go at it in NXT, that is probably one of the best women's matches.
Tore the house down.
Like, they could have won an award for that match. Yeah. And it was a no holds barred. So they were backstage. Dakota got involved and got hurt, I believe, by Rhea. Yeah. It was something to behold. So you definitely want to check that out.
And you definitely want to sub, as Walter Mitchell says, sub A&B Combos. Thank you so much for that. And for those that haven't yet, we're going to go ahead and drop that special public service announcement. Hit that like button. Please smash it. Rack it. Hey, let me do Reigns. Yeah. Smash it. Rack it. It helps you to recommend us to more people. So we do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Walter. Ciampa, Gargano, Cole, O'Reilly. Book it. Bring it. Quantaven, good to see you in here.
She said, Sophie, you mean Bearcat beat people. No, I don't.
Do not bring up Bearcat. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Quantaven Moore, what's up?
PTSD from the Bearcat. So, since we did Reigns, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's talk about Reigns, and let's talk about this beatdown that they gave. As you can see,
oh,
wow!
Nice picture.
What in the world? Let me take that down. Yeah, take a look. Take a look here. This is and I love the fact that you have Sami in the middle of this.
Right. It's very entertaining.
I'm not mad at it.
First of all, one thing that you will always hear us say about Sami is that he keeps himself relevant. He keeps himself in somebody's picture some way, somehow. And we love it. He is brilliant creatively. And you can't not be a fan of Sami Zayn, I feel like, because he knows how to get in where he fit in.
But look at this beating, which resulted in that right there. So now you have the Usos just wailing on Drew McIntyre. I don't know if y'all saw the photos, but my man's back. Dude.
I mean, it just looked like Bearcat came along and just swiped his back. He just had 3 deep lacerations across his back. We were like, what were those chairs made out of? Razor blades?
Here's my question. If not Drew,
then who? Who?
This is my question.
I would like green eggs and ham. I do not want them, Sam. I am.
Who is going to dethrone Roman Reigns?
You know, I used to think that he wasn't going to get dethroned before WrestleMania because of his fight with The Rock at WrestleMania. But it's not realistic for any of us to pretend like The Rock is coming back for a championship title match. He just wants a dream match with his cousin. Mm-hmm. It makes more sense that their match would be about the head of the table and their family for bragging rights, for this and that, whatever. So I I believe that I believe it was set to be Cody for a long time. Now,
it was. Well,
I think it was set to be Cody, and now I'm wondering if it's not going to be Cross. I don't really know. I don't. Did they?
Cross in here right now.
I mean, they brought him, but did you really just bring him back to step in front of Drew and just act like Drew doesn't have a huge following and like he doesn't deserve his moment at an actual live show to win the title? I mean, that just seems so disrespectful to Drew. So I don't know. I'm very. It's hard. I don't feel like WWE is predictable these days.
Not right now, and that's why I go back to the whole lot of cooks in the kitchen, because right now it seems Cross is kind of focused. Initially, it was like, I'm going after Drew, but I'm also looking at Roman. But now the shift seems to be a little more towards Drew,
which means that Drew is not. He's not gonna just let Drew win the title. Even if the Usos don't get involved, he's gonna get involved.
See, and this is what I'm saying. I think it would make sense at this point if their match was for one of the championships, not the whole thing. Just like with the Usos, like just put up one of the straps. So it would make sense if that. What about Otis? Who? Who?
It's so funny because Otis is entertaining as well, but I really did prefer him in his original tag team.
Yeah.
I'm glad he had success in 2 tag teams. It shows that he was the person. I mean, that was the whole thing, is that you separated them as a tag team, and I'm sure you guys you didn't think out of the 2 of them he was going to soar.
But he did.
I
still feel some type of way. Interesting you would bring that up, Sophie Dopey. Yeah. Theory is Money in the Bank. Just like Otis was, I still feel robbed when he was taken down by the Miz in court.
Happy Days is in the house. Hey, Happy Days. Welcome. What time is it where you are?
Good to see you in here. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to expect, which I'm happy about. But I don't know what to expect at Clash at the Castle. Like, I will say this much. Reigns' matches generally have been one-on-one, like, for the most part, except for when, Brock raised the ring and things happen. But whatever. But for the most part, he's able to handle his business one-on-one, and I'm here for it. I'm just curious now. Are we going to see a Theory interference? Are we going to see a Cross interference?
Like you said, there's so much going on.
There's so much going on. It's just, I don't know.
I love that there's so much going on. He feels overwhelmed about it. Maybe I could keep up with it because of my ADHD, but I love that there's so much going on.
Very overwhelmed. I really don't love it. I do love the super chat right here. All right. The 3 Kings.
Woo!
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Honestly, everybody on the
love.
super chats,
Appreciate you.
You are coming out of the pocket to support us. We thank you so much. And a huge part of me wants him to hold out for Cody, but people starting to get a bit antsy, especially since Roman isn't full-time anymore, so he may drop it soon. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
I'm sick of part-time champions. Let me say it again. I am not here for a part-time champion. And I'll tell you why. I'll be very brief. It blows my mind. We finally got to a point with Roman, and they were pushing him hard. Nothing was clicking. Nothing. Finally got him to a point where he is the face of the company, to have both straps on his shoulders, beating everybody senseless. So you've been pushing for this. You got into this business to be a pro wrestler, and you were working full time because you wanted to be the best. You wanted to be a champ. You're finally at the top of the mountain, like you said on SmackDown. And now you want to dial back? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't defend it. I can't say that I like it. I don't like that, we'll show up to house. We've been showing up to house shows a few times in the past and he wasn't there. And, I mean, I just feel like at this point, I'm sorry, Bone Crusher is like, eating something in her sleep or something or having a conversation.
She
It just threw me off. It does make me sad that he's a part-timer, and he has both belts. So it's I don't know that. Yeah. So I do think that he's gonna leave soon. He's gonna drop it, whether or not he wants to drop it or whether he wants to retire it or walk away as champ. I know that there's been back and forth about that, but I'm wondering if by WrestleMania he won't be done. I'm wondering if the match with The Rock will be his retirement match, and we won't know it.
That's insane, dude. Like seriously, I really don't understand. We finally got the winning formula for this guy. You changed his theme music, which is still to this day our #1 highest viewed video.
I'm not saying the WWE is doing anything wrong. He's choosing to leave.
What I'm saying is this. You came into this business just like your cousins, just like all the Usos, just like the other members of the Bloodline. You were struggling. You brought John Cena back. He owned you on the mic. We're going to do everything we can to try to make Roman a star. It finally happens. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and cut my schedule down. I'm not putting in 40 hours a week anymore.
There was other things involved in the middle of that. First of all, he left to fight leukemia again. When you're faced with that life and death, we've been there, and we know that changes your perspective and it changes things. And while he was fighting for his life, he got an opportunity to do some work with his cousin and realize that he really does enjoy Hollywood as well. And what's not to enjoy? It's still physical entertainment. He was still out there kicking butt by his family's side. And if he already did this and he wants to move on and have a second career, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You can't just only have one dream. People go after all of your dreams. Don't be limited to one dream.
No. I'll tell you something else. I've tried the multiple dream. You know what this one over here said? Pick something. Do something. You said it about me. And now she's saying, follow your dreams? No, man. There's nothing wrong with following your dreams. All I'm saying is you can't be the champion. Like literally. There's no other heavyweight champion. We have 2 belts, 1 guy. And you're part-time? No. Something's got to give. Something's got to give.
That's what I'm saying. It is going to give. He's going to leave.
That's terrible.
It's not terrible.
Get to this point to just leave. That's terrible. That's terrible.
So
Thank you for that.
Is this your dream job?
Kings.
Doing this for a living, me and you watching wrestling, discussing wrestling? Is that your dream job? Because if so, does that mean that if in a few years, WWE or someone approaches us and asks us to come and do something with them and we decided to do that, would we then be, no, you have to stick to the one you started with. You're not allowed to go explore this dream over here.
We're not going to sell out to the man. Okay? This is our thing. This is our baby. We run the show here. Not Triple H. That's so oh,
hello, A&B Combos. We'd like to have you on the show.
I'm sorry, is that your Triple H?
I don't do Triple H.
Was that your Triple H?
That's your thing.
Oh, man. He isn't part-time. He has a reduced schedule. He just needs a break. That's part-time to me. I respected Happy Days. That's part-time to me.
I mean, he's the one who said that he's going to Hollywood. It's just a matter of when. He's already said that. So it's just a matter of when. And if he was going to come back as a full-time champ, yeah, but I don't think so. I think he's on his way to go tackle Hollywood.
You make a good point.
Join Batista and Dwayne.
I feel some type of way about The Rock, truthfully. I know he's busy. I know he's the most famous guy in Hollywood right now. I know he's working on all this stuff. Come back home. He
just did a whole homage to wrestling today on his Instagram with his 20-year celebration of when he put the Brock Lesnar over in WWE. And
Instagram is fine. Look, you clearly can record a video.
But he addressed that he did come back for a few years to show homage, but he's not going to keep doing that forever. He runs so many businesses.
He is the one that said, I'm never leaving. I didn't say that. He said it.
And he meant it at the time, but then
See,
he became.
now that's messed up.
Then he became the most famous man in all the world
That's
and started so many different businesses. Then he took over the NFL, I don't know what I said, XFL. I mean, this man didn't know he was going to be doing all the stuff he was going to do. And things change.
You wouldn't have the success that you do if it wasn't for WWE.
And
Facts.
he paid
Facts.
homage to him today in his Instagram.
I'm talking about in the WWE universe. Instagram is fine. Come back home.
Okay, we're going to agree to disagree. He is coming back home.
Build it up.
No, he's just coming back home for WrestleMania, which is why it's sold out.
Like the American dream used to say. I like that. We got a super chat right here with Xavier. All right, Xavier. What do we got over here? You say, do you think WWE can pull a swerve after that beatdown on Drew and have Drew win in his home country?
Yes. I don't put it past him. We would be shocked.
Are you saying win the championships or win the match?
I think about it. His title shot was in front of a digital audience, right? And his run was in front of television monitors. You let this man win the title in front of his home country? And on, like you said, a swerve, because even though people say they're going for Drew, I don't know how many people really think Drew is going to win. I mean, that would get us talking. You know what I'm saying? It would have people feeling some type of way.
So are you saying right
it could
here
happen?
Now,
I'm not saying I think it's going to happen. I'm saying I don't put anything past Triple H at this point.
Okay. I'm going to say a hard no. Typically in WWE, people lose in their hometown. I think it would be awesome. I think it would be great if he pulled out a victory and actually got the championships. Don't see it happening. I don't see it happening overseas. I just don't see it happening. I think it's going to happen here on U.S. soil at a different pay-per-view. I think it's going to be a great match. But again, the numbers game is not in Drew's favor. They're just not. There are way too many people gunning for Drew in the bloodline, and now you got Cross.
Unless they're going to separate the titles. What if like Drew won and then you come out and Paul Heyman shows that the contract only put one of the titles on the line?
Now that.
Or something like that. And that was how they separated the titles.
Is cool. That I'm down for. But again, we're unifying the NXT championship. So
right.
It just
so
seems
are they
like
really
we're
going to do that?
Yeah, like we're just on the unification train.
Can you just read this line out loud?
I agree with B.
Thanks, Happy Days. Appreciate you. Just wanted you to say that out loud.
I agree with B. All right. I can respect the Happy Days, and that's fine. You know.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day.
You ain't got to be the Lord into this. Wow. Are we breaking the A and B fourth wall? I mean,
I wouldn't be mad at it.
We have our, it gets lively up in here. Welcome to Saturday night's live event. We're gonna have to agree to disagree, homeboy. Double championships means double responsibility. Ooh, not a part-time responsibility. That's all that I'm saying.
I agree, which is why he's going to leave.
Roman isn't losing. I can respect it. All right, fair enough. AJ Becky has a point. Okay. All right. Right back at you, B. Okay, fine. You know what? That's cool. Breaking the kayfabe. See that? Okay. All right. Let's go.
Sophie agrees with you.
Well, let's talk about this for a second. Let's kind of wind it up with this. Let's get into AEW. I don't know if you all caught the match between Mox and Punk.
Their promo was fire.
Shots were fired. I think there might have been think Mox might have told Punk he was number one. I think at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
And CM Punk said that Mox and Eddie Kingston were basically number two at everything they do and everywhere they go. So
and
yeah.
Yet, then you had a situation where Punk is just.
I mean, first of all, the match was less than 5 minutes long.
Yeah, it was trash.
It was less than 5 minutes long. I didn't actually expect it to be all that because when they were fighting each other after the promo, they were being a little weak with their shots. So then I was like, "What is this going to be?" I just wanted it to be a good match. Like it started out looking like it was going to be strong, and then after CM Punk kicked him in the head and re-broke his foot, I could tell like, oh, this match is about to end right now. He's screaming in agony, and he's not that good of an actor. You knew that he was in pain. And then when Mox started beating him, I was thinking about like when you're restarting someone's heart and you're like pumping their chest, and he was hitting his chest so hard. And I was like, oh, did he start his heart? Like, start it, stop it, start it. Like, is he dead? I thought he was going to kill him at one point. So basically, CM Punk just got beat down. Now, would he have been beat down that bad if he didn't break his own foot in the first 2 minutes? I don't know. But
here's what I do know.
That was not a great match. It was intense for the few minutes that it was going.
This is the Punk that we got right now.
Yeah.
The sad kind of just I saw this at the end of his UFC career. I'm questioning all of my life decisions right now. I'll be honest with you. Punk on the mic, gold. Absolute gold. Punk in the ring, I don't love it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I've never been a fan of Punk. I don't care for his style. But the fact is, this match, which you have Mox and you know they can go at it, you know what they're capable of, was just not good. It just was not. I expect more from you. Built this whole thing. Let's get an interim champion. Like you built a whole house.
Rickety says, "Sad old man Punk." You're funny.
Yeah. I mean, you designed this whole thing that just kind of just disintegrated in 5 minutes. Like that was bad. I don't know why. And like we mentioned earlier with Cody, my man had this was bad.
That was bad.
He had no business being in that ring, and yet somehow gave us the match of the century.
You know what though? I'm not going to do that, and the only reason I'm not going to do that is because although Cody, how old is Cody? He's might be in his
late 30s.
Yeah, I was gonna say mid to late 30s, which is a big difference between being in your late 40s. By the way, I just want to say this: that there is a difference between like breaking your foot bone, like the level of pain, and like tearing a muscle and things like that. There are different kind of pains in your body. I have fractured bones, like in my knee, fractured bones in my when you fracture. So if his foot was already broken and then he came back too soon. And I have no idea why you would use your foot as a weapon while it's healing. But if his foot broke as instantly and as awfully as it seemed like it did, that pain, I don't know. Like that's a different from your nose broken pain. That's a different from your muscle torn pain. That's like your whole, it's going to shoot up your whole leg. I don't.
But you got to.
I don't think you could fight through that.
We all saw that match that Cody had.
That's a different type of pain, is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, but we don't. First off, neither one of us have torn a pectoral muscle.
I did the other day.
We cannot speak to the pain that.
No, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was painful.
But that was match of the year. The crap that we saw between Mox and Punk, trash.
Right.
Trash, and I wish that I never saw it.
Wow.
That's all I got to say, although I don't feel the same way about this super chat right here with Xavier. All right, Xavier, thank you very much. The only reason why I say that is that the only reason why I say that too is they're celebrating his 2-year anniversary next week, and they could take it off him and give it to Drew. This is what I'm saying, dude. Mm-hmm. You had struggled collectively. It was a collective thing. But the one thing that we can say is WWE didn't pull back on Reigns this entire time. After the whole Shield thing was done, they really tried to push him, and it just wasn't working. It finally clicked. You go on a 2-year run, which is almost unheard of now in professional wrestling. I want to take some time. I understand, and I will say this, that the last couple of years, COVID has taught us that there's no time like the present.
Right.
You can't take tomorrow for granted.
Right.
Totally get it. Totally understand he had a health situation. Serious, like she said. On a personal note, we know what that's like. So I'm not saying or wanting to detract from that. All I'm saying is it just is unfortunate that you finally get to that point that they've been pushing you for. And you ride this wave for a couple of years and then you want to dial back and to possibly leave. I'm not about part-timers. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not about part-timers. And if you want to do that, cool. But now's the time then to take the straps off you. Don't be part-time in this all the way to Mania. That's all I'm saying.
Who's breaking K-Fab? Us? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Because, she gets a little...
I'm sorry. My bad.
Kaleo does everything. You're right about JD from New York. First of all, being a fellow New Yorker, that's just kind of what New Yorkers do. They're straight to the point, no BS. You were right. He went on a rant. AEW's got some issues, and I think let's wind it up with that. I see another super chat here, so I'm going to get to that super chat in just one hot sec. But it begs the question. Is AEW, and I think it was you, Sophie, or somebody else who said it, is the honeymoon over? Or is our love affair with AEW done? Is their creative edge, which was kind of WCW Monday Night War-ish, you got to be honest. I mean, not at first, obviously, but the thing is, it was very reminiscent of back in the day, same network, basically the same people trying to build up and coming at the other company successfully, building it up. Now we're going to get these WWE former superstars on our show. Now Triple H is in charge and bringing these people back. So what is the edge now, if any, that AEW has?
So here's the thing. So what the biggest pull that AEW had in the beginning was the star power and the fact that they continued to bring on everybody that WWE was dropping. Triple H is now back, and Triple H is bringing back all the people that AEW didn't pick up, which is getting all the attention. The real question is, when everyone is done just picking up everybody's leftovers, is that ever going to stop? Or is that going to continue on? And are we going to start seeing more AEW people come over and vice versa? And at some point, is that going to die down? And we going to just see how they do? I mean, because it would be so brilliant for them to start to really be going at it with each other, even if it was a little kayfabe itself. And to make it seem like it's a war, to make it seem like you guys may be showing up outside the studio. Why not take it all the way there for the sake of both shows?
That's a heck of a point.
But I don't think we both tuned in to see what was going on in AEW. We still want to see who's fighting. I mean, we don't care if new people are going to show up or not. We want to see, Malachi. We want to see Daniel Bryanson. We want to see Moxley. We're still a fan of all these people. We're glad Keith Lee has a championship. We're fans. It's not. We're not going to stop watching it. It's not like we're going to go, oh, remember we used to watch AEW? Like, we don't go out of our way to catch Impact in all of them all the time. We will see highlights, but there's a lot of wrestling going on out there. We also both still have full-time jobs, but yet we still are going to make sure we're up on AEW. So I still think AEW still has that edge over all of the other ones. And even though they bought Ring of Honor is not there with them yet. It's, you know what I'm saying? Their title may be, but they're not there yet. They still have some more to do. I don't think I don't think so. I just think that the new girl in town is wearing off. So it's not quite as exciting and new.
Well, I think it's pretty wild that their promo, I think, lasted longer than their match. If I'm not mistaken. Great promo.
They didn't intend on CM Punk breaking his foot in the first couple minutes.
We've seen injuries take place where the ref is like, okay, that's it, wrap it up.
Yeah.
So if that happens, that happens. I think Punk came back way too soon.
Yeah.
And I think that was part of the problem. Ego that he himself was talking about, I think with Hangman Page, doing this whole receipt issue. He didn't like what Adam was said about him. And then he decided to drop some verbal gems himself, ultimately about respect. We've said this many a time. In pro wrestling, one word, respect.
Mm-hmm.
Respect your business, respect your wrestler. That's it. And I think, truthfully, Punk came back too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that was a disrespect to himself, to Mox, and to the fans, because we were cheated of what could have been
a great match
for ego. And I think that in and of itself is a shame, which is kind of sad. But
we got to wrap this up because my back is killing me.
Oh yeah, she's kind of hurt.
I'm sorry.
I do have a couple of super chats.
No, we'll read those. I just wanted to tell you.
And the Three Kings right here. We appreciate you, Three Kings.
Thank you.
I don't know what the plan is behind Punk and Moxley. If it's real, I'll let it slide. But if it's part storyline, the booking is horrible. Good point.
Agreed.
Good point.
Agreed.
If he is really legitimately injured, because it looked pretty serious.
Yeah,
I don't think he's that good of an actor.
I saw a behind the scene thing. I believe that he's legitimately, we broke his foot.
Yeah, I'm not going to give Punk that much credit. I think he did really hurt himself. And if that's the case, then it is what it is. Hopefully they run it back. I hope they run it back. So,
but I also do think that, as you just said with the other thing, I think that CM Punk went deep with Mox, and I think he probably really feels that way. That out of the Shield, that Mox was the weakest link, and I don't agree with that at all. I think that all three of them were equally successful with going on with their careers. Now, ultimately, Reigns has been the most successful. Seth had a good run, but Reigns' run is a whole nother level. But to be champion at AEW and to help bring and start the company from the ground up and leave the comfort of WWE, voluntarily not getting fired and decide you're going to start with the competition, I have much respect for Mox with that. And, I don't know. So I felt like, CM Punk's blows against Mox were just a little too, I don't know.
Dylan, to answer your question, we love the fact that Sami is part of the Bloodline. I don't know if they're toying with them or whatever. It's entertaining.
It's great.
So
it's great.
We're here for it. I think we got another Three Kings right here. Come on, Three Kings. We got to tally this up. We're designing. It happened for a while, and we had some. We didn't like it, but we're still designing our Super Chat Championship belt. So look out for that. Would you say Punk isn't the best in the ring anymore, but he's the best storyteller in modern wrestling? Punk versus MJF is feud of the year. I can respect your opinion.
I mean, their feud was good. I mean, because MJF is just as good on the mic as Punk, which is why everybody wanted to talk about what was being said. But now CM Punk is dropping the same kind of, that was very MJF-y, the stuff he was saying to Mox. I almost felt like MJF wrote that for him. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I personally don't like seeing wrestlers that we know what they used to be capable of getting in the ring and not being able to go anymore.
Yeah.
Like at the level that they can. And that's fine. Like you said, we get older, things happen, you got to adjust. Totally understandable. But if it leads to like sloppy wrestling and just kind of, I don't know,
You're just too tired.
Yeah, I'd rather not see that. Three Kings, thank you for that super
chat.
Thank
you.
Let me do a quick scan because I don't want to miss anybody. So, I don't know. I think you're right. I think you're right in that. I'm not gonna say AEW is lost its luster. I think like anything, they may lose their momentum a little bit. I think there may be some creative things going on that just isn't hitting like it used to. I think that's pretty obvious. But that was the case for WWE for a long time, and we all still stuck around. You know, I think they have the potential to right the ship.
Absolutely. Zay, I'm going to say Samantha Urban because I'm a big fan of hers. I really hope that she goes far with her music. And so maybe I'm just being biased, but I like her.
Maybe a smidge. Yeah, I think that is it right there. Wait, hold on.
I need a heat pad on my back. I actually was running a little behind. I knocked out and had to get up. So I didn't get to take my allergy pill. I didn't get a heating pad, but I appreciate you.
We got one more super chat right here. I was about to lock it down, and we got Xavier with that super chat right there, coming in the clutch. Thank you, Xavier. You say, I think Bloodline is going to turn on Sami, and Sami and Kevin Owens can take down the Usos and win the championships.
What?
You are going to get the Home Alone face with that. Really interesting. I can see the Bloodline turning on Sami.
Yeah. And I can see KO coming to his rescue because I already said that. But them taking the titles, that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
But are we talking both, or are we talking they're going to drop one?
I think they're unified for good. Do you think they're going to split them? I feel like with them unifying NXT, and I feel like
unless the point of this, bless you, unless the point of having two straps is because technically the brand split is still a thing. So technically USA and Fox want to officially still have their separate own championships. I get that we may not be aware of.
Yeah, there may be more going on for sure.
That might be a possibility. Thank you for that, bless you. All right, we're going to get out of here now. Thank you for that super chat, Xavier.
Wait, go down a little bit more.
I guess we're not getting out of here yet.
Hold on.
Good.
Wow, I wasn't looking at that statement.
Which one? A gave B that good love.
Anyway, so wait, go down a little bit further. I thought I saw someone who said that they were.
Are you saying I flew the back out?
I am right there. Hold on, let me see. I'm a huge fan of your channel, and you guys are the real champions in my bookkeeper. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, Nico. That's so sweet of you.
Well, we do enjoy what we do. And
we do.
Appreciate you guys.
We love coming in here, talking wrestling with you guys. It is a great time to be a wrestling fan.
We have one more Smackdown reaction that's about to drop. And we also have, I think, two or three mini reactions that we're going to put on Instagram. So look out for that. Thank you to all of our super chatters for supporting our channel in the way that you do.
We appreciate you. And our members and our subscribers. And if you're here and you haven't subscribed to our channel, please go and do that. We would much, much appreciate that.
And I think it's a good way to end it, way that Anthony Farrell said, holla if you hear me.
Holla.
Thank y'all for coming to watch A&B Combos.
Wrestling Edition.
This one is a hot mess right now, so we got to get her some medication. We got to get her a heat pack. That is it for us. I don't know where Bone Crusher's sleeping. She knocked out. We love you guys. It is 4:23 in the a.m. where you are. Happy days.
Oh, wow.
Goodness.
Good golly.
Get some sleep.
Right. Get some rest. But thanks for coming.
We appreciate you. Everybody, come back because we got some more for you. And until next time, folks, I think that was it. Bone Crusher, on behalf of Bone Crusher, we love you, we appreciate you, we thank you, and have a great night. Let's do Bone Crusher.